Hi, I'm Thomas Dausgaard. Welcome to my music room. Today, I'm joined by the wonderful musician Patricia Kopatchinskaja. Welcome, Patricia.
Hello.
When I asked you to join me in the music room, you immediately had a great idea, which we're going to do in a moment. Tell us about it.
Well, it's a piece about a Spanish small bull who did not want to fight. And I think it's a very important message to all children. Do not do what you don't want to do, and live your life as you see your life, as your imagination tells you. And it's a very beautiful piece, and it's something that I can communicate in music with you. And you can tell the story in words, and I tell the story in music.
That is a wonderful idea. Let's do that. And imagine going to Spain a hot summer's day. Once upon a time in Spain, there was a little bull, and his name was Ferdinand. All the other little bulls he lived with would run and jump and butt their heads together. But not Ferdinand. He liked to sit just quietly and smell the flowers. He had a favorite spot in the pasture under a cork tree. And he would sit in its shade all day and smell the flowers. Sometimes his mother, who was a cow, would worry about him. Why don't you run and play with the other little bulls and skip and butt your head, she would say. But Ferdinand would shake his head. I like it better here, where I can sit just quietly and smell the flowers. And because his mother was understanding, even though she was a cow, she let him sit there and be happy. As the years went by, Ferdinand grew and grew until he was very big and strong. All the other bulls who had grown up with him in the same pasture, would fight each other all day. They would butt each other and stick each other with their horns. What they wanted most of all was to be picked to fight in the bullfights in Madrid. But not Ferdinand. He liked to sit just quietly under the cork tree and smell the flowers. One day, 5 men came in funny hats to pick the biggest, fastest, roughest bull to the fight in the bullfights in Madrid. All the other bulls ran around, snorting and butting, leaping and jumping, so the men would think that they were very, very, very strong and pick them. Ferdinand knew that they wouldn't pick him, and he didn't care. So he went out to his favorite cork tree to sit down. He didn't look where he was sitting. And instead of sitting on the nice cool grass in the shade, he sat on a bumblebee. Well, if you were a bumblebee and a bull sat on you, what would you do? Wow! Oh, that hurt! Ferdinand jumped up with a snort. He ran around, puffing and snorting, butting and pawing the ground as if he were mad. The 5 men saw him, and they all shouted with joy. Here was the largest and fiercest bull of all, just the one for the bullfights in Madrid. What a day it was! Flags were flying. Bands were playing. And all the lovely ladies had flowers in their hair. They had a parade into the bull ring. First came the banderilleros. Next came the picadores. Next came the matador, the proudest of all. came the bull. And you know who that was, don't you? Ferdinand went to the middle of the bull ring. And everyone thought he was going to fight fiercely and butt and snort and stick his horns around. But not Ferdinand. When he saw the flowers in all the lovely ladies' hair, he just sat down quietly and smelled. He wouldn't fight, no matter what they did. He just sat and smelled. And the banderilleros were angry. And the picadores were angry. And the matador was so mad that he cried because he couldn't show off. So they had to take Ferdinand home. And for all I know, he's still sitting there under his favorite cork tree, smelling the flowers just quietly. He is very happy. Maybe you have created something where you, like Ferdinand, were brave, going your own way. Or, like Ferdinand, where you were following your heart. Or where you were searching for peace, like Ferdinand. This channel is also yours, so please send me something you have done, maybe inspired by what you heard today. You will find below the address where you can send it, and please share with me music, dance, artwork, photography, video, or something else, so that what you do can be put up on the channel and inspire others. Thank you for joining me and Patricia Kopatchinskaja today. See you next time.